When we think of haunted places, we generally think of locations with long histories, storied buildings that have stood witness to generations of the highs and lows of the human experience. And here, that's the pub.
And while we've visited many haunted pubs on this channel, the Royal Standard of England here in Beaconsfield, with its claim to being the oldest in Britain, may be the quintessential example. It's the hair-raising tales of ghostly apparitions, strange sounds and unexplained occurrences that have truly compounded its haunted reputation. Following the winding, narrow country roads, it's almost hard to believe you're just a stone's throw from the capital.
A traditional English pub, the Royal Standard of England has an impressive history, reaching back over 900 years.
While the pub was first officially recorded in 1213 with the dedication of the nearby Penn Church, it's believed to have functioned as an alehouse since Saxon times. During the English Civil War between the Parliamentarians and the Royalists, the Royal Standard served as a mustering place for the Royalists prior to the Battle of Wickham Rye in 1642, a hard-fought and bloody battle. Later that same year, a dozen Irish Confederate soldiers with loyalties to the Crown would bear the brutal wrath of the Parliamentarians, executed, their heads raised on pikes outside of the pub in a macabre warning to any Royalists.
One of the casualties, a 12-year-old drummer boy. It's the spirit of the young drummer boy that's said to still be heard to this very day, particularly in the pub's car park, still banging his drum in defiance.
The inn would remain a Royalist stronghold for the years following. A traditional tale told here is that of the landlord offering safe harbour to King Charles I from the Parliamentarians. Hidden up in the roof, it's said that the king still managed to entertain a multitude of female company while in hiding. Upon his restoration to the throne, King Charles II would honour the inn with a new title for their duty to his father, changing from the original name of the ship to the Royal Standard of England, the only inn in England to receive the full title. And to this day, the ghost of a female in period clothing is said to frequent the woman's bathroom. Speculation suggests this to be the apparition of one of King Charles's many mistresses. Following the end of the Civil War, a number of Royalist soldiers, now without a cause, would turn to highway robbery. Honourable intentions gave way to desperation and the allure of a quick payday, and the Royal Standard quickly became an outpost for these outlaws.
Of course, if you make clear your allegiance to the Crown, these Royalist highwaymen may offer you a pass, but for those for Cromwell or government.
In the bar today, it's said that a shadowy figure of a man can be seen, walking with purpose past the bar, into the candle room, and disappearing into the wall next to the fireplace. His route replaying from time to time, as if on loop, and now an established part of the building's story.
This figure potentially one of the many highwaymen that based their operation here. Or perhaps this apparition may have links to some of the other tragedies that have occurred at the Royal Standard of England.
In 1788, a traveller met an untimely death outside the pub at the hands of the Earl of Barrymore. Barrymore, a member of the notorious Four Horse Club, known for their reckless exploits, bribing coachmen to surrender the reins and race at reckless speeds. On that fateful night, the traveller was mercilessly crushed beneath the wheels of the Earl's speeding coach outside of the Royal Standard. His bloodied body was dragged from the road into the pub, and the landlord bribed into silence, concealing the grim event. More recently, in August 1944, the US B-17 bomber Tomahawk Warrior was seen with one of its four engines ablaze as it headed south over High Wycombe. It's understood that the pilot, Second Lieutenant Charles J. Searle, was able to turn the stricken aircraft away from the populated neighbourhoods of High Wycombe and bring her down in the fields beside the Royal Standard. The impact and resulting explosion shattering the windows of the pub. All 9 US airmen aboard perished in the crash, though their final act of heroism can be credited for saving countless British lives on the ground.
A time capsule in many ways, and cornerstone of local storytelling for centuries. The Royal Standard of England is the perfect example of the importance of our humble pubs to the zeitgeist of our communities.
More than just eerie tales, a tenuous link to past events that otherwise would have been long lost to time.
you.